Welcome to the show. I'm David Nelson. We all saw the press conference Friday. In fact, we were waiting all week to hear what Fed Chair Jay Powell was going to say in his opening remarks at Jackson Hole. The damage that followed didn't take long, as Jay made it clear there was no pivot and that the FOMC's goal was to bring down inflation to their 2% target. By the end of the day, the S&P was down over 3% and the NASDAQ over 4%. Today was cleanup day. Like I said on this morning's Market Minute, time to take out the trash, clean up the trades that didn't get done Friday. Here's my message to Mr. Powell. Get 2% inflation. Not going to happen. The window for that is come and gone. Welcome to the Money Runner. I'm David Nelson. First of all, the Fed is trying to talk down inflation. No, I'm not kidding. Fed speak has a big effect on inflation expectations. They'd rather jawbone it down than actually have to raise rates. Today's inflation isn't just too many dollars chasing goods and services. It's also a supply chain challenge with the energy complex ground zero in any inflation fight. Even if you believe pushing rates higher for longer can do the job, you'd have to go well beyond any of the projections that are currently priced into the market. The monetary playbook for the last half century has been for the Fed to hike rates at least approaching current inflation and often beyond. We're not even close. Even if the next CPI magically falls to 7%, consensus shows the terminal rate for Fed funds is 3.8, well below what history suggests. Why? Because today's markets understand full well that once rates start approaching 4, or even worse, 5%, something's going to break. The economic fallout that would follow, I think, is well beyond what the Federal Reserve is willing to live with. Here's the problem. Gross federal debt as a percentage of GDP is at the highest levels since World War II. Each tick higher in rates limits our ability to service that debt. Today, it stands at 120% of gross domestic product. If they did drive rates higher than what's currently priced into the market, here's where I think the damage would show up first. This first chart is the Bloomberg U.S. Investment Grade Index spread. It's currently at 1.08. It's really a proxy for corporate bond health, and I'm talking about high-grade corporate debt. If you saw it climb to 1.5, the street's going to notice that, and now you got a problem. High yield, same thing. Right now, the spread is relatively benign, but if it started living above 6%, again, we got a problem. Nothing good happens when credit spreads start to blow out. When it comes to monetary policy, timing's everything, and the Fed missed their opportunity to snuff out the fire quickly. That was 2021. That was the window. Back then, the economy was strong. We were just coming out of COVID. If you wait till you can see it, inflation becomes embedded and now demands a team approach. Unfortunately, the Fed's teammate Washington is doing their best to wipe out whatever progress the Fed has made. President Biden's student loan debt relief for a select group of Americans is politics masquerading as policy, only adding to the inflation problem. With the stroke of a pen, the president wiped out the savings promised from the so-called Inflation Reduction Act that both Senator Sanders and the CBO said would do little to reduce inflation. In the end, it's a wealth transfer that makes its way to colleges that have failed to deliver a reasonable return on investment. The excess winds up in your favorite college endowment like Harvard with well over $50 billion in assets. So what's the answer? We're going to have to learn to live with higher inflation. No, it can't be 8%, but we may have to learn to live with 4%. The Fed will have to accept a new mandate, reduce inflation to something livable, and keep it from getting worse. All right, that's it for tonight. Do us all a favor here at the Money Runner and hit the subscribe button. And join us every morning for the Market Minute. We've had some pretty good calls in the last few weeks. Check it out. Thanks for joining. I'm David Nelson.